Making money online is not that complicated. I know that sounds wrong, but the reason you haven't done it has nothing to do with how hard it is. It has everything to do with what happens the moment it gets uncomfortable. And you already know what I'm talking about, because you've felt it multiple times. The problem isn't the difficulty. The problem is you. Here's what everyone believes. Making money online requires special skills, a big audience, a unique idea, perfect timing, or at least you need to learn a lot more before you're ready. So that's the plan. Learn more, prepare more, wait until it clicks. But here's what actually happens. You learn and learn and learn, and the starting date keeps moving further away. Not because you're not ready, because ready is a feeling, and learning gives you that feeling without the risk of actually doing anything. So you stay comfortable and broke and prepared. Picture the last time you got genuinely motivated about making money online. You watched something, read something, heard someone's story, and for a moment, it felt hey ow. You thought, I can do this. This time, I'm actually going to start. So you opened a new tab, you started looking into the strategy, the platform, the tools you'd need, and somewhere in that process, something shifted. The excitement faded. The doubt crept in. What if nobody watches? What if it doesn't work? What if I do all of this and end up embarrassed? So you opened another video instead, just to make sure you had the right approach before you started. 2 hours later, still no content made. Still no account set up. Still no first step taken. Same night, same result. Same you. That's not a strategy problem. That's a discomfort avoidance problem. And here's what's really going on underneath it. The thing nobody talks about, but that changes everything once you see it. Your brain is not trying to stop you from making money. It's trying to protect you from feeling embarrassed, from posting something and getting no response, from trying and visibly failing, from people seeing you attempt something and not succeed. That threat, social failure, is one of the oldest fears in the human brain. It kept people safe for thousands of years, but now it's keeping you from posting a video, from sending a tweet, from building a page nobody has found yet. Your ancient brain cannot tell the difference between real danger and digital embarrassment, so it treats both the same. Avoid, retreat, stay safe. And the most comfortable version of that safety is keep learning. Stay in the preparation phase. Never enter the real phase, because you can't fail at something you never actually try. I need to show you something before I go further. There's a specific moment, a window, when people either break through or fall back. And most people don't even know it exists. I'll tell you exactly what it is. But first, you need to understand how much this pattern is costing you. Not in motivation, not in potential, inaktuauchimi. How long have you been in learning mode? 6 months? A year? Maybe longer? Every day inside that loop is a day someone else was out there posting imperfect content and building real momentum. They weren't smarter than you. They weren't better prepared. They were just willing to be bad at it first. And while you were watching their journey, they were already 6 months ahead. Now, think forward. If nothing changes, where are you in 12 months? Still watching, still preparing, still saying, I'll start when I'm ready. And the people who started today, a full year further ahead of you. The gap doesn't close by watching, it only closes by starting. And now the first uncomfortable truth, you are not in learning mode because you need more information. You are in learning mode because it feels like action without the risk of action. Watching a video about building an audience feels productive. Actually posting something and getting 3 views feels like failure. So your brain picks the first one. Every time, because 3 views feels like evidence that you can't do this. But 3 views is not failure. 3 views is the beginning. And you never got there because you never posted. Making money online is not a knowledge game. It is a discomfort game. And right now, discomfort is winning. Here's the main thing I want you to understand. The people who make money online did not find a shortcut around the discomfort. They went through it. They posted things that nobody watched. They sent offers that nobody bought. They showed up for weeks before anything happened. And that period, the uncomfortable, invisible, nothing is working period, is exactly where most people quit and go back to watching. The ones who stayed built something. Not because they were special, because they were willing to stay uncomfortable longer. That's the only real difference. Tolerance for discomfort. That's it. Now here's the second layer, the one that keeps people stuck even after they understand the first. Even when people know this, even when they feel ready, there's still something that pulls them back to the screen. It's not laziness. It's not fear of failure. It's perfectionism, dressed up as preparation. You tell yourself the idea isn't good enough yet. The setup isn't right. The timing isn't perfect. You need just one more thing before you start. There is always one more thing. Because the one more thing is not about quality. It's about postponing the moment of exposure. Perfectionism is not a high standard. It is a sophisticated way of never being judged. Because you never actually show anything. And it will keep you broke and invisible for as long as you let it run. So here is the one shift. Just one. Today, not this week. Not when the setup is better. Today you're going to make one piece of content and put it out. Not perfect content. Content that exists in the real world. With your name on it. One video, one post, one thread, something imperfect and real instead of something perfect that never gets made. That single act does something no amount of watching can do. It moves you from the audience to the arena. And once you're in the arena, everything changes. Here's why at the psychological level. When you publish something, your brain registers a completely different identity signal. Not I am someone who wants to do this. I am someone who does this. That shift, even from one piece of content, begins to change how your brain processes the next decision. The discomfort doesn't disappear, but your relationship with it changes. Because now you have evidence that you can move through it, and every piece of content after that builds on that evidence. Until the person who is afraid to post becomes someone who posts without thinking twice. That is not a motivation story. That is how identity actually changes. Think about yourself 90 days from now. You've posted 30 pieces of content. Most of them got almost no attention. A few of them surprised you. One of them found the right person at the right time. And something real happened. Not life-changing, but real, tangible proof. And you look back at the version of yourself sitting here right now, paralyzed by the fear of 3 views, and you can barely recognize them. That version of you is 90 days away. If you start today, remember the very first thing I said. Making money online is not that complicated. The reason you haven't done it has nothing to do with how hard it is. It has everything to do with what happens the moment it gets uncomfortable. And now you know exactly what that is. It's your brain choosing safety over exposure, learning over doing, preparation over presence. That ends the moment you publish something real. Not the moment you feel ready, the moment you act anyway. It's not hard. It's just uncomfortable. And uncomfortable is survivable.